Hey, Menominee Alliance Youth, this is Kyle's Corner coming to you live from the farm in this episode of Farming with Kyle. Join us. All right, kids, one of the tips I have for you if you're ever out farming is you need to check over your machine, your equipment. Make sure it's up and running well. So join me as I show you around the equipment. All right, kids here, you need to look underneath the hood. You need to kind of look underneath, make sure all the equipment is up and running. Check all the hoses. Like this hose is your umbilical cord that goes to the engine module. Over here you'll see the brake line, and you need to make sure all this is correct. I usually go in and look and make sure all of it is up and running well. Check the fluids, make sure your steering wheel fluid is correct. All of that is good to go. So that's tip number one. Make sure your engine is ready to roll so you can go out and farm. Tip number two, make sure you check the tire pressure so you have enough pressure in these bad boys to get out into the field. But don't get run over. Tip number three, make sure you have enough lemonade in the tank so that you can get a drink of lemonade when you get thirsty in the field. This thing is loaded up with 832 gallons of lemonade. We're ready to go. All right, kids, you want to make sure your machinery is all up and running, ready to go, ready for the crops to go in the field. One of the things, hold on. Excuse me, that little boogie up there. One of the things that you want to make sure is you get all the levels and everything correct, everything underneath here working right. And that's a science, you see. You want to get all of this up and running so you can get into that field farming well. This is a good tip for you kids. All right, kids, before you go out into the field, you need to make sure that all the crops and the soil is ready to go, ready to be tilled up, and it's just right. You gotta have the soil right. So you go and you reach down with your hands into the dirt, and you dig deep. Dig real deep in there. Put your finger down in there. Now, if it's really cold, that's a signal to you that it's not ready to be planted. If it's nice and lukewarm temperature in that soil, like it is right now, we're ready to get into the field. So it's go time right now, ready to plant this luscious field of crops. Look at all this wonderful pasture. This is wonderful! Oh, goodness. Sorry, kids, don't fall down like that. Okay, tip number 4. If you fall down, just get right back up and walk it off. So, welcome back to this episode of Kyle's Corner, raising goats. And we got this little one here. You want to make sure when you hold them, it's firm and tight, right? Everybody? Yeah. These are cute little suckers. They were born a couple days ago. So you want to feed them probably McNuggets and some shakes. And probably as much spare food as you have around the house, right? What do you like to eat, buddy? What do you like to eat? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what you like to eat? Do you like food? Or do you like mama's milk? What? Or hold them real firm like that so that they feel secure, right? Right? You're doing a good job here, buddy. Another tip for you guys is you want to make sure that that they know your smell. Another tip for you is make sure they know your smell. So don't wear deodorant a lot. So the smell of you gets on them. So they know you, they're assured to you. That's another tip for you is don't wear deodorant when you're around goats. Right, buddy? Yeah. You're feeding goats. One of the things you want to do is get a big old hand of corn or any sort of food works well. You want to keep your hands rounded when you put it down there. Just kidding. You want to have your hands flat, and then you just kind of offer it up, and then they'll just come in like some of you middle school boys eating dinner. Kids, if you want to pick up one of these goats, You need to just handle them really carefully, don't we? Yeah, it's all good, isn't it? Yeah, so be careful, hold on to them with both hands, and you'll be just fine. Are you doing okay? You don't like me anymore? I brushed my teeth. I did. There you go, kids.
It's gonna depend on us. So cute. Oh, it's cute. Easy, sweetie. Oh, all right. You're all right. You're all right.
Oh.
Oh, the mom's like, hey, give me my baby.
Your mom's like, hey.
These are, what, a couple of days old now?
Here we have Travis, the goat whisperer. The ladies all like him. Right, Trav?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at all these ladies around Trav.
The baby's like, wait, what is that doing? Oh, do the babies eat stuff like that or no?
Not yet. No, they'll just do milk right now.
Yeah.
Later on they will, but no, not for like probably 4 or 6 weeks there. Hey, think about it. Come here.
It's so cute when it runs.
Hey, you're fat enough. Yeah, you're fat enough. Hey. Hey, you're Rose. Actually, you are Rose, aren't you? Tinkerbell. Hey.
This is a good view, back end.
What's that?
Back end of the goat.
Yeah.